Some time ago, I was involved in a conversation about products that make your vagina tighter. It's become a trendy thing to have a tight vagina. And a lot of marketing is targeting the insecurities of women who feel inadequate in this area. The other people that I was having this conversation with were also sex therapists, and it was absolutely obvious to all of us that a tight vagina is not something good, healthy, or desirable. Yet, so many products are sold with exactly that promise. So today I'm going to tell you why in fact a tight vagina is not a good thing and what you should desire instead. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. And I would love to invite you to subscribe to my channel and to become a member of my YouTube family if you haven't already. And now let's chat about the myth of a tight vagina. The society imposes a lot of stigma onto women who, for whatever reason, feel like their vaginas aren't tight enough. For example, women who gave birth might perceive their vaginas as stretched, and they are usually recommended to perform Kegel exercises to increase the tone of their pelvic floor muscle. But there is also a lot of negative association around a loose vagina, which means that if you had too much sex, your vagina is loose and hence you're a loose woman, unworthy of respect. Which is a ridiculous concept and only indicates lack of understanding of the human body or the functioning of female genital area. So women either go crazy with Kegel exercises or they invest in products that promise to make their vaginas tighter. Both approaches are flawed. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with good old Kegels, and in fact, I do recommend them to some of the women I see. There are muscles in the pelvic area and they should be worked and exercised just like any other muscles in your body. But if all you do with your vagina is tighten it and squeeze it, you're going to create a lot of tension and constriction and reduce sensitivity, and that's not going to make sex pleasurable or fun. So instead of striving for a tight vagina, create a flexible one instead. And the difference is profound because you see, the delicious tightness that he's experiencing inside of you when you're making love is not caused by your strong pelvic muscles, but by your engorged erectile tissue. When a woman is aroused, her genital area swells with all the blood that is rushing in. And it works in a similar way to a men's erection. When a man is aroused, the blood is rushing in and his penis gets hard. In a very similar way, women get erections as well. They're just less obvious than men's erections. When she is aroused, all the blood that is rushing in fills up the erectile tissue in her genital area. And you can notice and see that when you look at her vulva. Her genital area becomes sort of swollen and darker in color. But what you don't see is all the erectile tissue that is inside of her, surrounding the vaginal walls. So when a woman is aroused, she becomes naturally tight because she is engorged. And that's a good thing because that kind of tightness creates more sensitivity, more lubrication, and a lot more pleasure for her. But if she's struggling to get aroused and when she's not engorged and she's trying to squeeze her pelvic floor muscle instead, that will actually create reduced sensitivity and tension and constriction and even a degree of numbness. So creating tone and fitness in your pelvic area absolutely needs to go hand in hand with creating openness, relaxation, and sensitivity. And one of my absolutely favorite techniques for doing that is my breath of passion technique, which I describe in detail in my orgasmic empowerment course for women. But there are many different ways to cultivate that kind of flexibility and sensuality, with the easiest one being simply placing your full attention in your pelvic area and just simply relaxing it with awareness. With each breath, relaxing the area a little bit more and more. So please, let's stop chasing tight vaginas. They're not healthy, they're not receptive, and they're not sensitive. Instead, let's create and cultivate vaginas that are open and sexy and capable of healthy arousal and amazing pleasure. Please share with me your thoughts on this topic in the comments below and let me know if you'd rather have a tight vagina or a flexible and sensual one. And if you'd like to learn more, please make sure to check out Orgasmic Empowerment, my online course for women, which is full of techniques for creating that kind of openness, sensuality, and sensitivity in your body and in your vagina. Have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next time.